4 screws here, as you can see, to lock this frame from the bottom of the base into 4 holes on the bottom of the aluminum piece. And they are all M5 screws, and I'll just get an Allen key. You will find it from the toolbox. Go along with the machine. Okay, I'll just flip it slowly. Okay. It's really easy to locate these 2 legs because the manufacturer already made a slot like this. Oh, actually, you know what? I want to play some BGM for the part I made because it's from World of Warcraft, and I really like, I really like that game. So I hope you know this song. I kind of enjoy doing things when I'm listening to music.
So people are asking that, so the entire assembly is just the 4 bolts?
Yeah, it's 4 bolts from the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm a not that muscle person, so it's taking me a little bit longer than normal people.
Okay.
I need to flip it,
Yeah. Okay, so I think Wim said you will not have not used the name of CR-10S V2 Pro, but named it CR-11 Pro. This is because we have made so many print changes that it doesn't make it compatible with the original CR-10S. Yeah. Actually, I think this is a R&D team. They think this is more appropriate. Yeah, personally, yeah, we even thinking other names in I think of the Bible, because this is a kind of a beast, personally. But they finally use this name anyway. So
I'll show you the bottom so you can see it clearly. As you can see, here are 4 holes. So all you need to do put the screws from the hole and use the Allen key to lock it.
So Steven said, let's call it CR-10S V2 Turbo Pro Elite RGB. Okay. Talking about RGB LED lights, I think yes. I think you guys just are so creative. Yeah, I already see so many posts on the Facebook group that you have so many. I think awesome.
All right. Now just slowly and let me turn the jam. Okay. So the first screw is on, and I'll just slowly bring it back. So also we need to connect some cables. For example, for the Z axis, we need to connect the two steppers here. All right. For the nozzles and all the heaters, all the fans, the Creality made all-in-one cable like this, as you can see. It's really make the cable organized, unlike before. I just simply connect them.
This Wi-Fi is so bad. So anyway, I want to answer questions that Wim said. If R&D would like to some community advice, I'm more than willing to talk with them. So yes, actually, we do have, I think, so many feedbacks. I think our whole team just report to the company, and then actually our lead of R&D also check on I think community often. Yes, he himself checking the post on the Facebook. I think I mentioned him is Michael Tang, so you may see him. Yes, out in the group. But anyway, yes, they will check a lot, and also we do have some people just now start to involve in our I think developed procedure. But we will see later if we could implement more and more advice from you all. Yeah.
All right, the printer is assembled, and as you can see, it's only 4 screws. It's simple steps and a couple cable connections. For me, I take a little bit longer because I needed some light to see the location of the holes, and I'm kind of nervous and shaking my hands, so that's why. So. The principle is like this here. It's nothing complicated. If there are any questions before I move forward?
So here's the question. Is this a dual Z step driver or a single driver split to 2 motors?
Okay, it's a double Z stepper driver, and you on this machine you have 2 Z stepper and 2 lead screws. So the result will be give the model or the printer a more stable Z axis moving, and it's really reliable. I hope I answer your question. Yeah.
Okay, and this one.
So
Yeah.
this one?
Yeah.
Okay, so the big prints do an angle so that the layer line don't go straight across the handle, etc. Make it easy to break. Okay, let me just think for a second and see if I can understand your question. If you are talking about the support material and put your part in an angle, I mean, as we know, the printer print line by lines. If I understand it correctly, it's like a tree. So there is always one way is very strong and another side is super weak. So it depends the function of the part you want to use it for. But for normal model, we don't care about the force it's going to hold. But yeah, it does make a difference.
Okay. Next one. So can you mail later for this one? So we here answer the technical question. If the after service we answer later. Okay. So is the heating under the completely bed or only under a part, other part of the bed? Like
okay.
Yeah.
Good question. It's 90% of the bed is covered with a heat bag. So I'm just check by eyes. I don't know if you can see from the camera, but I will say, yeah, it's a really big area. It's about I think 95%. It's almost the print area is covered with the heating system. So it's not only like one small area. So don't worry about that.
I think you see clearly. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, next one question is I think how to set up a BL Touch.
Okay. So about setting up the BL Touch, we have a separate video. So here on the live, maybe I don't have that time to introduce about how to set up a BL Touch, but if you're interested, we can share you a link, and those are more professional videos.
And also, I think this is the one with the proprietary nozzle, right? This is the only thing that preventing you from purchasing last time. Okay.
Okay, I'll try to understand what the nozzle is, and if you are looking for the right nozzle, yeah, we can talk about that later. I mean, yeah, it's a really good printer. I think nozzle is a.
Okay.
Okay.
I think for this question, I mean, just answer a bit. Yeah. This actually is like a CR-10S Pro. For CR-10S Pro, at that time, I think 2 years ago, it's only made by us. But now, I think you have so many options there. So please feel comfortable to buy this printer. If you consider nozzle is you maybe consider the other nozzle is not compatible, but this is not. We are fully support, and it's not that I think expensive, and you could also find in other places. Yes. I think also another question is what chip is the firmware running, and is it possible for the community to easily update the firmware? So I mean, also answer these questions. So firmware, since we already do the release the source code of CR-10S Pro, so this is not exactly the same, but it's pretty much. So till now, I think women still not release this one because we are working on it, but it is easy to upgrade later, since we will release the source code anyway later, as we will completely follow the whole open source community guide. So this is no problem, and you could also check the source code part in our official main site, the Creality.com, and there is more information there. We have almost, I think most of our models source code free to download there. Okay, I will also share a link here.
Right, let's see.
Yeah. And I think, yeah.
Okay.
I think maybe you should continue.
For now,
yeah.
I'll just continue my part. So after I did the assembling, and here I'll just do a quick introduction about this machine. For example, what the new features, and what its data or parameters, if you want to know. Let's start from the outlook. As you can see, this printer, from overall, it's really organized, I would say. The word I would use will be integrity. Everything here is like in the center. If you think this is center line, it's both sides is almost what's the word? It's a same. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's the same. And you have the screen in the middle, and on the bottom you have one whole piece sheet metal. It's really steady and really heavy, which gives you a stable running environment. Also, as I mentioned earlier, on the back side, for the Z-axis, we do have a two-stepper motor and two lead screws, which can provide a very smooth and stable move about Z-axis. Another feature is about the motherboard, I believe. On the website, this machine uses an independently developed V2.4.1 motherboard, which gives the printing process more quiet and give it more accurate printing. And kind of have the protection ability for the electronic systems. Also, talking about the size and the volume, or you can call it, but it's 300 by 300 by 300 and by 400. That's the maximum volume this machine can print. And the weight of this printer will be around 14 kilograms. Basically, it's like a tank in a printer. Yeah. Okay, another thing is about the LCD touch screen. If I turn the power on, as you can see, a familiar sound. The screen is really clear about the information, and the background is black. So if you do have a previous CR model with a touch screen, so you may be familiar with all the system and operations. But for somebody who don't have one, I'll just quickly go through the some options and functions about the screen. This is the main screen, and you have print, temperature, and setting. In the setting, you can do all the leveling, move the axis around, and control the motor, and change the language. I don't think you need it. Also, we have printer information. Here it tells you what's the model and what's the version, and and the printing size. Okay. In the print, you just have a list of G-code files, so you can choose from it. In temperature, it's control all the temperature of your nozzle, your bed, either automatic or manual. Okay, yeah, it's very straightforward, nothing complicated and difficult to understand. I think it gave us a very good and friendly using experience. Another small features I will talk about is the feeding mechanism, or you can call it extrusion mechanism. In this model, they use a double gear to feed the PLA or whatever the filament to make sure the feeding process is smooth and not have some rare problems like other printers. Also, we do have a PLA break detection. I hope that's the right name. I just made it up. And yeah, they have a different. It has a name, but I don't know how to call it. It's like a break detection, I believe.
Yeah, it's a filament runoff detection.
Okay, it's runoff detection. Okay. Yeah, that's about it. Of course, there are a lot of details about this printer, the V2. If you go to the website and check some other videos about the details of this machine, and you can get more information. But on this live show, my introduction will be kind of limited because I cannot move the camera around. So some people may don't have a full look at about this printer. Or just everything you know is hearing from me. And this hotbed is a piece of aluminum machined actually. It's really easy to heat up. Also, the last thing I want to mention will be the power. It uses a 480 watt power supply, which is powerful than other printers. That can give you like a quick heat up, so less waiting time. Well, I think that's the introduction about this printer, and I'll just sit back here and see if there is any questions for now.
Yeah, they want you to show the change the language.
Oh, okay.
I think that's easy one. Maybe just
interesting question. You know, by the way, if you want to learn Chinese, just let us know. I mean, you know, it's really it's a really good way to talk with us if you want to learn new language. Okay, so okay, here is the setting, and as you can see, we have 6 options here: leveling, refuel, move, and disable the motor, and language and printer information. Here, you just click the language option. There are 2 options. Sadly, yes, English and Chinese. We don't support other languages, but as you know, English is worldwide known. So all the names are simple and straightforward. You don't have to worry. You don't understand anything. We do have a support team who can help you with all the information.
I think we will move the camera a little bit.
Oh, okay.
That it's so simple to change it. Yeah. So I think I'll just give a look here. So you may go, or you may just go back.
Okay. So this is the main menu. Actually, you have a print, temperature, and setting. On the bottom, you have the current temperature, like the nozzle temperature and the hotbed temperature. They are same. And yeah, that's our room temperature, which is 23 degrees. So in the setting, we have a language option here in the middle bottom. If you click it, we have Chinese and English. I hope you can see it. And if you click Chinese, and then I go back, all the names change to Chinese. And if you can understand, good luck with you. If you want to understand Chinese, yes, contact us, and we are happy to share our language.
Yeah.
Well, I'll change back to English for most people who are like English speaking person. Yeah. Okay, that's the screen information here. If let's say if we have any other questions. Oh, okay. The internet is bad.
Anyway, it just was that.
Oh, okay,
That's
okay.
what I said. So, I think for the latest question. So anyway, maybe I say for hi Gary, thank you. So also Steven has a question here.
Okay.
He said is
Micro
it's
switch?
just
Okay.
macro switch or is it an option wheel to detect movement? So he's still asking the run out filament detection. He asked what's inside the mechanism working. How is it?
Oh, okay. That's a very technical question. I didn't open it. I believe it's a on the website. I remember it's a normal detection like the limit switch. If you can imagine it, yes, it's a limit switch. I believe on the official website. I saw the animation about this one, but I really like the material. I love aluminum. You know, it's easy to machine and easy to ship, and after painting, it's perfect. Okay. Any other questions?
Okay, so here is the funny one. So maybe I will learn Chinese in future.
Okay. Okay. Let's see if we can help him.
Yeah. So he said, I will learn Chinese in future. It depends on what Creality is going to do in the future. If they're going to start an office in Europe, I'll be happy to learn Chinese language and apply for a job.
Okay.
Anyway, I think you may continue. Since,
yes. After I did a quick introduction, I just want to just sum up a little bit. Maybe my language is not well organized, but all I can say from my using experience, what I can tell is it's quite different from other printers, because Creality put all the good parts, all the developed technologies into this one to make it capable to deal with all the situation problems, either the side or the stabilities. And I truly believe that it has the top standard hardware and top design, top manufacture technology. I really trust the machining technology provided from Creality. Also, the outside look, if you like this kind of simple, elegant look, and it's really stable structure. Well, we do not have the triangle rod for this one, but for normal printing, I think it's strong enough. And if you push it too hard, it's really it sticks a little bit, but that's not a problem. Well, it really has a comfortable using experience. I did a couple of models, as you can see, like this. I don't have to, come back, check if everything is going wrong or not. After I set up the leveling and the first layer, I just let it print, and after 1 day, it gave me really good printing. Yeah. All right. After all, it's a high quality 3D printer. Pro. It's pro after all. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so we will do the prints now, the test prints.
Yeah. I'll in the next step, I'll just kind of like sharing the leveling experience with you guys and how to make a good print. I mean, today I will be more focused on how to do the leveling, because here are something I want to tell you, not like something from the manual. Because in the manual, it's quite of straightforward, and you do this and that. But here, maybe I'll tell you why. Well, everybody knows 3D printer. So we have X, Y, and Z. After it came out from the manufacturer, we needed to check something and make sure everything is kind of 90 degrees with each other. So in this ideal case, we can print a perfect print. If I'm clear, yeah. The thing is, there might be something, let's say, not straight. So your print might be here is high, here is low. But yeah, we do have the leveling, I mean the BL touch to do the leveling. But before that, I think it's very important to make your default setting right. Like if I made if I give you an example, like if you wanna cut some meat, you better make your knife sharp. Well, if I can just simply show you.
Okay.
Here I just simply printed a square plate to check if it's 90 degree. I'll just move the Z up a little bit. The first thing we will check if the Z-axis perpendicular with our base. I do see a little bit of gap, that which means, I mean, it's not 90 degree, and it might be like this one, if you can see it like this. If we don't have the auto leveling, it might cause you here is higher and here is lower. But I kind of, you know, nothing I can do about it because it's already machined, and I trust the CNC machine scale. I believe from the part itself, it's really flat. It's 90 degree, and nothing I can do about it. So for this one, for the y-axis, this two piece is sitting on the base. So in the ideal situation, it must be parallel with this one. The only thing we can change and we can adjust is the x-axis, because on the back we have two lead screw. They are not moving together. I mean, you can simply move one and leave another one unmoved, which causes this one higher or lower, and we have to fix it. I'll still use this one. Just simply make it lower. Right now I want to check if these two are at the same height or not. Okay, this side is touched. On this side, I have, you see, I don't know if you can see, but I do have about 1 millimeter gap. All I'm going to do is I unlock the motor and manually rotate the right side motor to bring it down. Now you can see the difference. It's not parallel with the base. Okay, now I'm good. I'll check again. Here is lower, because when you lower this side is lower same time. Let's go up a little bit. Okay, that's too much. Okay, now both sides is closed, and I can put my angle plate in, and it's touching the bottom. So right now, if I move up, these two motor will move same time. Well, that's how I check the machine itself. Also, another thing will be noticed is that you have to make sure the screws or the cables are well connected. and just by using your Allen key to see if they are tight enough, and check the movement. Do you hear any noise? And if it's losing or if it's too tight, you have to be noticed. So after couple print, you will know something go wrong and why it's go wrong. It might be because your setup, your printing is not leveled, and maybe your screw is too loose, something like that. Okay, the good thing is not good thing. The good thing is even we do the manual leveling about the machine itself, we still need to do automatic leveling, which is provided in the menu here. If we go to setting, we have leveling options. Here we will use a BR touch to touch everywhere about the hotbed and give the machine correct data about how flat the bed is. Let's still go leveling. It's going to find its XY0 and Z0. We use silent motherboard, so we don't have any noise from the motor. All you can hear is the noise from the fan. All right. After the machine did home and zero, we are into a kind of detailed manual here. It's about leveling. I'll just do a quick introduce about this one. Here we have the AUX leveling, which is the nozzle will be go to 5 different spots. So it allows you to move your hand nut from the bottom to change the bed, make it higher or lower, dependingly. And here, mothering, I'll talk about it. Mothering option, what it does is the BR touch will go into 16 spots about this hotbed and give the machine close data, like how high this here is, how low there is, and accordingly, the machine itself will adjust its zero, like using the in the Martin firmware. I believe I said it right. Okay, we just demonstrate the level, the measuring option.
Okay, so so I may just I think people are saying just about the Martin firmware.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yes, and also Stephen High said that yes, you may be pretty good at that. So yeah, and thank you for joining us every time. So the first thank you, but talking about Martin firmware, yes. So specifically for this printer, we are pushed to, I think, working on that and push to release the code as soon as possible. And also, I think about 32-bit chips. I think people are asking this more and more lately. I think from last year, yes, we see that. And again, I want to say that we do working on something with 32-bit chips, but temporarily I do not have any further info for that. But please follow us, and yes, let's see if we have any new product coming out in April and with this 32-byte chip. Okay.
Yeah, it still do the mothering. Oh, I was wrong. It's a 5x5. So on this bed, they have the BR touch will detect 25 spots. to give the machine a more accurate information.
Actually, Steven said the
Yeah.
G29 bed probe needs to have BR touch is mode enabled。就是说，意思有这个东西之后，在这个它就会非常快。
Oh, it's really fast. I don't know G29. I only know G28 is homing, but yeah, I didn't go into the firmware at this moment. But thanks for your suggestion. Okay, after the measuring, we collected a lot of data. As you can see here, all the numbers means the position of your spot. And we just kind of, nothing we can do it because it's measuring. If you want to change it, you have to, go with all these 4 hand nut. At this moment, I'll just do a little bit home and see my 0 if it's good enough or not.
People asking why you do not have a laptop to read these comments. Okay.
Okay.
So give you one.
Yeah, cause I just I'll answer the questions after I finish the leveling, and I'll sit there with you guys. Okay, the 0. I mean for you, we do need a paper to check if the normal. Okay, I'll just put my microphone back. I'll check if the nozzle is touching the bed. Well, it's a little bit tight. I'll just here on a Z plus, I'll just click 1 time. 2. Yeah, pretty good. I mean, I'll go with it because for most situations, we do need to get familiar with the machine and its behavior. Not only one setup leveling is enough in some cases, but here I just did it once, and I turn off the auto leveling in case when I run a G-code file, it's not gonna do all the process again. But it's just suggested if you turn it on, it's only take a little longer. I'll just move it back, and I'll just print one example for you guys. It's called level test. I made a file which is 300 by 300, so it's basically it's the printing size. And let's say how the printer leveled and how it behaves. Yeah, one thing, I'm going to just put the filament in first. Well, now we have a holder. I didn't put it when I'm doing the assembling. It's not a big deal. No, good enough.
Oh. So it's interesting that I think when we practice this test, and Eli said, talking to Eli said, I think you just do the prints, assemble, and you're talking to people, and I just sit here and writing, and reply to the people. Eli said, no, you could also communicate. But when we do live, I think he's talking, and I do not have any time to jump in and reply, so it's funny. So, and I set the phone in the beginning to let him read, but Yes, when he talking, yes, he really can read. So anyway, so I just into you all. So thank you, Paul, for the comment and kind of suggestion. And yes, he will see now. Yeah.
Well, it's heating up. So see if I can answer some questions here. Okay. Here is the phone. Okay. Can the holders be put on the top of the CR-10S? Well, it's designed to be put in here. If you don't like it, I mean, it's also a good practice. You can make your own like filament holder. Either, I mean, on the side, it's not possible because you have your z-axis moving. And I saw a lot of people made another like stand or something like that, put it on the side with rollers, so you can put your filament on it. It will roll automatically. Well, yeah. Back to your question. It's designed to be here. If you think it's ugly, yeah, you can change it. Well, Wi-Fi capability. Do we have a Wi-Fi capability? I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, print your own. Thank you, Steven. What type of bed is on the CR2V2? Is it glass or magnetic removable? It's not magnetic. It's for this one, it's aluminum. It's a piece of aluminum machined with CNC.
Yeah, it's an aluminum bed with a sticker on it. It's not glass. It's also not magnetic removable. Yeah. Yeah, I think Steven just joking that last time he has doing a print, going for nearly 30 minutes before releasing.
Yeah,
he hasn't feed his filament, so it's like so they said they continue said it helps to have filament loaded before printing. So
yeah, it's a PEI sheet on the top. Yeah, talking about the Wi-Fi, I mean, a lot of people are looking forward to having this function. But the truth is why there is not so many Wi-Fi functions in the 3D printing is because the Wi-Fi signal is kind of unstable. Well, if you want to print a big part within like 3 days and nights, a SD card is the most stable and reliable way to do it.
I think people continue asking the source code for the touchscreen going to be released. As far as I know, temporarily we will not release that since we developed the touchscreen our own. But as I said, I will continue feedback your requirements to the company, see if we could release the touchscreen in future. Okay, so thank you for asking.
Thank you, Steven, again. All right, I'll just carefully watching its movement and see if everything is in position. Also, like other printers, while it's printing, you still have functions to change the print speed, nozzle temperature, hot band temperature, and the Z height. Okay, that's the testing. I think 100% will be fine. Let me just remove it.
Yeah, actually, last time I think the fabrication, Chris fabrication, the Chris, he also asking for the screen source code of the Under 5 Plus. So, yeah, I feedback to all to the company and trying to push if we could release it later. As I know, yes, you want to. That this is part of fun. I think also you could add more information on the screen and you could check it and see it and yes, it's more better for you to control the whole prints. Yeah, I fully understand that, and I think company, yes, will also fully understand that. So we will see. Yeah.
So far the full side, the full edge is good enough, and the printing is kind of solid. Basically what I did is I made a piece of sheet on the SolidWorks, and in the Cura I removed the top and bottom layer. So as a result, the 3D printer will give me a net, as you can imagine, so without the top and bottom layer. By this way, I can test if the surface of the hot bed is leveled. Well, that's the quick way to do this one, because I don't want to waste too much time on showing you the leveling or printing. I don't know how the camera behave, but yeah, I hope it will be finished in 10 minutes. And let's see the result.
Also, I think here is a question that Paul asked.
Okay, I can come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here is just let it print.
Okay.
And
So
yeah, I trusted the machine.
Okay. Yeah, I just want you to read that.
Oh, okay.
Question, not answer. Anyway, so Paul asked, when finishing a print and not doing one again for a while, is it okay to leave the filament in the nozzle till I want to use the printer again?
It is okay. I mean, it depends the frequency how you how you use the printer, because the only thing you should concern is the PL, especially PLA filament, will be get oxidized by the air in the air, and I think after half month or 1 month, it's get really what's the word, cranky and fragile. It's very easy to break. If I can show you some example. Let's say here is the filament. When you open a vacuum bag, everything is soft and it's strong. But after 1 month, it's when you bend it, it's very easy to break. So you better just store your filament if you don't use it for a while. It's a suggestion, but it's not going to make a huge difference. Okay.
So another, this one maybe just check it. It's not a question, but they share what they doing themselves. So.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Oh, brittle.
Yeah.
Brittle or brittle? Brittle, I believe.
So, yeah, that's what you mean, crap. It's the same thing. Same thing. Okay. So again, if any questions you have this printer, CR-10S Pro V2, or any questions related to our company or the product, you could ask here, and Ili and I will try our best to answer you. Yes, and also, what do you want we do for the next live? Yes, we do plan to do I think a print live later on YouTube. That is a whole print on the CR5 Pro. So anyway, any questions, please ask here, and we are trying to answer you. Yeah.
Okay.
And thank you for joining.
For Paul's question, is it possible to change the filament mid-print using the printer? To answer this question, yeah, for any printer, you can change the filament during the printing. One way is you pause it, you take the filament out, and you put a new filament in. Another way is in Cura, you have one extension which can stop at a certain layer, allows you to change the filament, and then you can continue. If there are more questions about this printer or any 3D printing problems or issues or something you want to share with us, or if you like the weapons or the hammers, whatever, yeah. You can tell us about your experience as well, and we are happy to listen. I just play with my yeah, nothing. I just play with my weapon.
Okay.
Okay.
So I think we are just pretty run out of time. So
okay.
So I think everything is great today. And if anything you still want to share, or we just end the live here. So and what do you think?
Yeah, it's really quiet. Yeah, it's usually a silence board. Since we are kind of run out of time, and I stopped the printer and show you what I've done here already. Since yeah, it's kind of 1 hour already, and I'll stop here. Okay. It's not finished. It's not finished. That's all I can tell you. Well, it's kind of thin, so I don't know if you can see it clear. I'll just move the Z up.
Yeah, so Ili will just stop here and show you his test print. Since we will end the live now, so he will just show you now. Yeah.
You can see it's a net. That means that it's stuck in the fan. That means this hot bed is pretty much leveled, so it allows you can print everywhere without too high or too low. That's how it looks now. But I have a finished one. I can show you. I did a test before, and that's how it looks after the printing. As you can see, everywhere about of the bed is touched with the material, and that means our leveling is good. Either because I did the pre-setup or the auto leveling, they all do the same work. I know a lot of people have the problems or issues about how to do the leveling, because leveling is the most important and crucial factor in impact your printing results. If you have an excellent first layer, I'm sure your following printing will be pretty much like 90% well done. But if your leveling is terrible, I mean, yeah, it's like 100% your print will be failed. That's all I can talk with you about the 3D printer today, and I hope you like our 10S Pro V2, and yeah, we are happy to listen to your suggestions and advice.
So, I think we are just pretty much finished the day, right? So you're
Yes.
showing everything you like us, all people to know. So thank you for Elite joining us again for this I think CR-10S Pro V2 unbox and the little print sharing. So we just catch you guys later, and if any I think future life thoughts you may have, also you could tell us, and we want to share them as much as we can. Hope you could learn something from this life. So you guys have a great day. We catch you I think tomorrow. Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye.